And I wanted to talk about, I have this gas tank analogy that I like to tell people when I'm talking about how to eat more, or that it's important to eat more. So pretend you're going on a 2,400 kilometer drive, and you have to get there by the end of the day, so 24 hours. And you pack up your car and everything. What's the first thing you're gonna do before you start this journey? You're gonna fill up your gas tank to the top so that you have gas to go on this journey. And that's what we should be doing in the morning, or when we are ready to eat. I mean, some of you might intermittent fast or whatever, but when you're ready, I recommend people to eat as much as you can in the morning to get that energy for the day. Too many people will not eat, maybe have a little bit, like a piece of toast, maybe a coffee, and then they go to work and they have like a donut at work, and then they maybe skip lunch, or they have just a little salad or whatever, take away. And then by the time they get home from work, they are starving and all they can think about is food. And then people tell me, they're like, dinner's the hardest time. It's because they haven't eaten, I mean, there's many reasons, but most of the reason is because they haven't eaten enough during the day. So by the time they've finished all of these hours, they're so hungry and all they can think about is food. So I like to recommend, if you're driving home from work, maybe take like a bunch of bananas or a case of cherry tomatoes, or a couple of cucumbers or something, and have them in the car and eat them on the way home or before you leave for work or whatever, because that'll help fill your stomach so you're less likely to overthink what you want for dinner, and you'll be more you'll have more of a stable mind. So you'd be like, I would rather have a salad than whatever I was going to have if I didn't. So you're driving down this journey, this 2,400 kilometer journey, and you don't know where the gas stations are at all. So you fill up your gas tank first thing, and then you drive a little bit. You drive about 100 kilometers, and you see a gas station. And most people would probably just keep going because they have almost a full tank, it's all good. But if you don't know where the next gas stations are, you would most likely stop and top up your gas tank. So that's what I tell people, like if you have issues with being hungry or eating enough, after you've gone a couple hours without, after breakfast, have a banana or two, or grab a cup of grapes, or eat something to top up your gas tank. Because then by the time you get to dinner time, your gas tank has always been full. And I learned a really long time ago to never let my gas tank go below half in my vehicle. So whenever my gas tank gets to half or a little bit less, I don't stress out, but I kind of get anxiety. It's like, I gotta go fill up my gas tank. I always have a full gas tank in my car, pretty much, or it's half. Because there was one day that I had to take a really long journey, and the gas station on the way was closed, and I had to get there, and I got there on fumes, and then I had to have somebody help me with filling my gas tank. So that scared me, and that's how I have this analogy of making sure that your gas tank is full, because when it's empty, you're literally, like while I was driving, I was literally thinking of anything that I could put in the gas tank. And it's like irrational. You're like, well, could I put water in there? Could I put grass in there? Like you really think of anything that you could put in your gas tank so that you can get to your destination. And that's kind of how we are a little bit when you get to dinner time, because it's like, I'm running on empty. What can I eat? I'll eat anything. I'll find anything. So we tend to default to those foods that we shouldn't be eating, and then we regret it, and then we wish we didn't, and then we're like, I should have had a salad, because you think rationally after you've dealt with that hunger.